Thank you so much for joining and meditation. And let us, without any delay, let us go into our today's concept from Patri sir, Shravanam. That's deep listening. So let us hear from sir.
Listening to others. In a group, we have to listen to a lot, and speak a little only, and listen a lot. If you are not ready for listening, you can't be in a group consciousness. If you are only ready to talk, you are in individual consciousness. When you are ready to listen to others, you are in group consciousness. The key factor in group consciousness is listening to others. The more you listen to others, the more you develop your group consciousness. The more you are averse to listen to others, the more you are away from group consciousness. So listening is the key quality. Total attention given to listening. You know what is listening? Emptying your mind. When your mind is running something, you can't listen to others. To be able to listen to others, you must make your mind empty. That is meditation. Listening is great meditation. So while meditation is meditation, listening is a greater meditation. In PSSM, we listen a lot. We listen to everybody all the time. That's how we are developing our great group consciousness in PSSM. That's because of our activity called as listening, which is also called as Sajjana Sangatya. When somebody is there, Sajjana, then you listen to him. What is he going to speak? For 2 hours we listen. For 3 hours we listen. For 3 hours you are in meditation. You are in emptiness of the mind. Nothing is working in your mind. So listening is very important, Baba. You know what is a disciple? A disciple is a person who listens. So practicing the art and science of listening. If you don't know what is the art and science of listening, you can't be a disciple. And unless you are a disciple, you can't be a guru. Unless you are a student, you can't be a teacher. And listening is the quality of the disciple or the student or the seeker. Art and science of listening. That is a key point in PSSM. When everybody speaks, then only you should speak. In individual consciousness, you don't want anybody else to be, you only want to speak. And when you speak, after you speak, you get away from that place. You don't want to listen to others. You don't care for others. That is individual consciousness. But in group consciousness, after everybody speaks, only you speak. After listening to everybody's point of view, then only you put your point of view. So that is the quality.
That's about listening. We got to know from Patri sir, friends. Thank you so much, Madhu Garu. So friends, I would like to read a few lines from the book Patriji Answers. This is full of question and answers, and these are from the Enlightenment Hours, friends. So one of the friend I asked, how can I develop the art of listening? This is the question. And Patri sir said, you are not here to react to my answer. You are here to listen to my answer deeply. Since you have put a question, I am answering deeply. You must listen deeply to every word. Use your ears to listen deeply to everybody around. Use less of your mouth and more of your ears. That is the way to absorb things. Meditation is helping us become better listeners. So this was the answer. This was yes, Madhu Garu. Now let us listen from Madhu Garu, friends. There are a few more which Madhu Garu want to share.
Thanks a lot, Sharda. It's really a wonderful topic that we are going to listen from Patri sir. So, sir, when came to 2016 to Egypt, he had started writing messages, everyday concepts or everyday messages in a book. So we are very fortunate to have that book with us. So I found there are three concepts related to this Shravanam or deep listening. I would like to read for all of us today. So the first thing he speaks about is lend your ear. It was written on 27th January 2016. He says listening Shravanam. It means lending your ear. Shravanam means listening to everybody's tales, lending an ear to everybody, at least once. Shravanam means listening quality people's life experiences and their distilled wisdom again and again. If they are not quality people in your estimate, still do lend your sympathetic ear. This is great spiritual practice, lending your ear. Unless you lend your ear to others, you will not grow. Unless you lend your ear, you are not human. A master listens to others' stories constantly. Your time is to be given to everybody. Om Tat Sat. So, this is one message, friends, and there is another message learning to listen. When you learn, you earn. In learning or earning, you need ear. Training the ear is the science of listening. Listening is the way of learning. No listening, no learning. A little listening, a little learning. Great amount of listening, great amount of learning. Learning is directly proportional to listening. Learning to listen calls for Herculean amounts of patience, of enthusiasm, of desire for growth. Learning to listen to spirituality is called as Shravanam. Shravana is the hallmark of a student dedicated to spirituality. The chapter of listening is the chapter of discipleship. Be a student of every master, that is to listen to everybody. So this is the second message, friends. And the third message is the essence of enlightenment is to listen to others. Listening is a mighty discipline. Listening calls for a great enlightenment. Shravana is the first step in Gnana Yoga. Manana is the second step, which means ruminating on what we hear. It means digesting, making efforts to understand. In a state of mauna, we become capable of listening. Listening is an attitude of reverence for the divinity around you. Listening is an ongoing affair. The more you are into listening, the wiser you keep on becoming. Shravanam Sharanam Gacchami, listen Sharanam Gacchami. So these are the three messages, friends. So thank you, Sharda. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful, Madhu Garu. Wow. So friends, these are Patri sir is handwritten messages. So we are so fortunate to listen from Madhu Garu today. I think I never I didn't get any videos or any like in a detailed manner about listening. Thank you so much, Madhu Garu. Thank you. Yes, friends. So everything sir has explained. So what are the advantages of listening? So when we listen, we should not keep our physical, logic mind. We have to listen to others' experiences as if we as if they are our own experiences. And when we listen, when there will be so many layers in us. So certain experiences or some knowledge, when we listen completely, though how to listen, what I experienced is in this journey, all our five senses must have to become one. Like all our five senses must, attentively, they even our eyes must listen. We can practice it, even our lives, like as if everything is become one in our body, and we became a single cell and listening and grasping everything. So so that what happens, we will have different so many layers in us, the karma or whatever you say, the blocks. So when we listen to others experiences or the wisdom what they share, so what happens is they will clear our blocks. No, you know how they clear? No, in my experience, what is that? When we listen to someone with open mind, open heart and empty mind, this is what Mahavatar Babaji said. You have to listen with open heart and empty mind. So when you listen that, you will clear certain blocks in you. That means when we listen to others, we will realize that realization itself is enough to clear the blocks. And some we have to practice, some we have to implement, but some we can clear our blocks only through listening. So this is how we can practice, friends. So practice when you it's not even I'm practicing, it's not like I'm a perfect listener, but I'm practicing still. So 10 experiences, and beyond that we can't. Okay, take a break, and next increase, give some more time. And what happened in me is, when I started to listen like this, without any judgment, without any comment, or judging the other person, or thinking why this is happened, so why he is speaking like that. So like lot of questions will arise when we listen. But when I started to listen, when I practiced this listening, even not only the wisdom part, I started to listen listen from my friends, the family members. So I could understand their emotion, not the words. So when I started to listen keenly in meditation, in our experiences here in sessions or whatever, so slowly it built in me. I didn't practice it, but slowly it built in me. It built in me, like is I started to listen. I am not listening their words. I could able to sense their emotion, from what the emotion these words are coming from in them. So this is how it will be easy for us to handle certain situations. So this is friends. So thank you so much, Madhu Garu. Thank you. Thanks a lot. As friends, if at all you want to share anything from your side, you can unmute yourself.
Yes, Sharda.
Yeah, Madhu Garu.
So it is indeed a very, very important, very, very important topic, or a very important practice that one have to implement in their day-to-day lives. So we miss doing this. When we are not listening, we are with our ego. That means I know everything. I don't want to listen to you because I know everything. But when we keep our ego aside, when we just drop our ego, and when we just surrender to that person who is sharing, then there is a lot of learning happens. So in listening, there is a lot of learning happens. And I have seen Patriji, since this is about Patriji's concepts and everything. So we have seen him all these years, how patiently he listens to everybody at any given time, may it be in the night, midnight. If somebody comes and is sharing something, he patiently listens to everybody. He will not interfere. though he knows many things, though he's a great master, he will not interfere in saying, hey, what are you talking, stop it. He will never interfere. He will let that person finish his speaking. So he completely surrenders to that person who is sharing an experience or his life journey. So it is very important for all of us to just be in that mode. And we are in that mode, as you said, Sharda, we are not judging that other person. We are just accepting that person and just plainly listening, opening our hearts and clearing the mind with an empty mind. We are just welcoming as if we are hearing it or listening it for the first time with the same curiosity. If we do that, then automatically we are welcoming that person into that space of comfort. In that comfort, there might be, we don't have to say so many things for the other person to change. It will, that space will be created so that that other person will come into a realization. So this we have seen all these years of whoever comes to see Patriji and whoever wants to share their own experiences to Patriji. And the other thing is, one day I had a dream. In that dream, I had seen Patriji. He was sitting somewhere, and there are so many people around. And I was also there. I went to Patriji and I started sharing something. And when I started sharing something, I could see in his ears. In his ear, usually we look into the eye, right? But in the ear, it was like a cave, an endless cave. That means it goes in and in and in. That means, like that deep listening he's doing. He's just not, like he's not just hearing, he's listening. So it was very wonderful to see that, and then to realize that how important, how much emphasize he does on this sadhana, or Shravanam, this practice Shravanam. So if somebody is sharing something, friends, maybe your friends or family, or maybe your kid, do the deep listening without interfering. Then there is a lot of exchange happens. There is a lot of right communication happens in listening. So yeah, so this is what I wanted to share. So thank you so much, Sharda.
Wow. Thank you so much, Madhugaru. These are life experiences, or real real experiences, that real lessons, life experience. Thank you so much for sharing. Thanks a lot. Yes, friends, do anyone would like to share? So in Mahavatar Babaji, one of the messages in Mahavatar Babaji, he shared about the five senses, importance of five senses. And the same he said, now I get able to recollect that. So he said, about ears. The same lines he shared. Your ears are meant to others. You have to listen to others. And here, when we share, when we share, again we are listening to ourselves. So when we build this listening, we can clearly listen our soul's voice, our inner voice, friends. Yes. No, without putting any logic, we can clearly listen our inner voice. So thank you, friends. If at all no sharings, then shall we meet in the evening? Yes, sir.
Thanks a lot, Sharda Garu, and thanks everyone. It's a beautiful Friday with such a nice meditation and wisdom sharing. Art and science of listening. We had last week art and science of cooking. And this art and science is continuing to every aspect of our life. And Patri sir is an epitome of such quality by showing us what means listening all through his life. And nature had as well given signs, to us. It had given 2 ears, 2 ears, and 1 mouth. So the base of mouth should be the ears. After deep listening, we should talk. And listening is, Patricia mentioned, is a greater meditation. Only when the mind is empty, when the mind is not empty, we are hearing. Only when the mind is empty, we are listening. And that is why one of the important practices is practicing silence. The more we practice silence, the more we increase the quotient of our ears, which is we naturally become tuned into listening. And Babaji's message that you have shared, we have to listen with an open heart and empty mind. And that is how we move from the mouth to ear. As we move from the individual consciousness, Patricia said this, which we go into a group consciousness. The more we imbibe this quality of listening, deep listening, we move into soul consciousness. We move into cosmic consciousness. This is one of the most important for every disciple of spirituality. So listening is such a beautiful thing. Listening is not simply about listening to others. Yes, this is one of the important things, big aspects of that. And as we keep on practicing, we can listen to everything. When we are walking, we can listen to the nature, we can listen to everything that is happening around. So the deep listening is not just an aspect of listening to the people around. The more we practice this, we start listening to everything, to the nature. We start listening to our intuition. We start to listen about our soul's voice, everything. It comes from practice of listening. So that's why we even say, right, listen to yourself. Listen to yourself doesn't mean listen to your mind, your thoughts. Listening to our self, the soul. Again, it starts with the word listen. It doesn't say hear to yourself. So thanks a lot. Very important topic for all of us, the art and science of listening. Thank you, Sharda garu.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. No, I like that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. So we have to listen more, speak less. Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you. Yes, Mridulaji, thank you. Sometimes we find answers in listening. Very, very, very true. Very true. Thank you. Thank you, Rohitji. So, masters, if anyone would like to share, shall we meet in the evening, friends? Right. Madhu garu, shall we end the session?
Yes, Sharda garu. Yeah.
Thank you, friends. Namaste. And let us even practice with patience, listening skill. Thank you all.